The second or the first panel. We'll start with Mr. Liwei, I guess, if I correctly pronounced it. Just a note, I was with the Greek Prime Minister in Beijing last year. We spent 4 days, and it was very interesting both in Shanghai and Beijing. One of the issues that a lot of people spoke about was the possibility of Chinese buying property in Greece, coming to Greece, investing in Greece. So I'm sure you will enlighten us on that front, but not only that front, on any front. So the floor is yours.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming. Ms. Vernicos and Mr. Nicolas, I'm very glad to share with you my experience because I just came back from China. And during the past 6 months, I have been providing consultancy for high net worth individuals, Chinese, rich Chinese families, for their investment in Greece. So I would like to share with you, give you some data, debrief you about high-end, high-end Chinese tourists and high net worth Chinese families. Okay. To begin with my debriefing, I would like to tell you congratulations to Greece, because this year will be the year of Greece in China for tourists. There are a lot of evidence that Chinese tourists, this year we'll see the sharp increase of Chinese incoming visitors to Greece. I give you one example. A site that in Shanghai Consulate in Shanghai, they are so busy. They are thinning staff and they are so busy. In January, the visa application has been doubled, and February, double again. So March and April, they are completely running short of staff, so they cannot even meet the request of granting the timely visa. And then also we see that. Due to the crisis in Southeast Asia, Thailand, Vietnam, and Malaysia, Chinese tourists have chosen Europe over Southeast Asia. That means it has diverted a lot of Chinese tourists from that part to Europe, and partly they come to Greece. Another good news is I was informed that a direct flight, charter flight, will be open in June, mid of June, between Shanghai and Athens. That means definitely there is sufficient incoming tourists to support the daily operation or weekly operation of such a chartered flight. So it seems that everything is perfect for this year for tourism industry in Greece. But what I concern is I have a big concern about the sustainable development of Greek tourism, especially for Chinese tourists. Why? Because if you mention Greece, okay, because during the past 16 days, I have been traveling China in 8 cities to give over 20 seminars about how to promote Greece, why you choose Greece as destination for real estate development, for real estate investment as a holiday haven. The immediate reply is always, oh, Santorini or Aegean Sea. Well, Santorini becomes the equivalent of Greece. On one side, it's very good, okay, it's easy to be remembered. You have the honeymoon concept. And then we see, Greece, okay, blue Santorini, honeymoon. But on the other hand, it's dangerous. Why? The foundation of this tourism is very thin. Okay, once they get tired of the honeymoon, how many honeymoons can you have in your life? One off, okay, and only you have Santorini. Be careful. If Chinese tourists, they come not in the team of thousands of, maybe 100,000 of, and immediately, even the scenery in Santorini cannot afford it. And afterwards, a mess will be left. That's something really I'm concerned most, is how we can sustain the development of Greek, the Chinese enthusiasm for Greece. How do we do that? That's one of my concerns. And also, it's I have to be honest with you. According to my information sharing with the tour guide, most of Chinese incoming tourists, they are low-budget tourists. Okay, they come here because number one, I mentioned the reason of the crisis. Number two, due to the this year's two films. One is called Beijing Love Story. They feature the Santorini. Okay, it becomes a free advertisement. Second is a TV serial, also featured Santorini called 1.5 Summer. Okay, a love story. Those free campaign or free advertisement for Greece, but all concentrate on Santorini. So it creates a kind of bubble for Chinese low-budget tourists coming to Greece. Okay, taking advantage of the the low-budget plane, aircraft fire. So this kind of tourists has become the mainstream. It creates a trouble, create a concern for me. Say, why can't Greece be the destination for high-end tourists? Okay, I give you some figures because my daily job is to provide service for high net worth. Okay, high net worth individuals. That means rich families. I give you some figure. This figure is from 2014 luxury travelers, Chinese luxury travelers white paper. When we define what is high net worth families or high net worth individuals, we use one figure. It's like, does this individual have investable finance over $1 million US? $1 million US. Okay, that means he has like 1 million cash to spend. Okay, in China, they are over more or less 4 million such individuals. Okay, so what I want to tell you is, want to share with you is like, what's their interest? What's they are looking for? What are they looking for? Can Greece be one of their choices for their outbound tourism? Okay, so there is some figure I would like to go quickly so you can see, because it's related to today's topic. Okay, I give you 1 or 2 figures, and then you will notice why I consider there's huge opportunity for Greece to attract high-end tourists, not low-end, low-budget. I totally agree with the gentleman just now. He mentioned that Greece should attract more yachts, okay, more cruisers. Why? Because high-end Chinese tourists, or these high net worth Chinese families, they are crazy about yachts, cruisers, and even more tourism-related properties. So I see the potential. I just give you some figures. Okay. Number one is like, if you there is a questionnaire about this high net worth Chinese. Okay, they say among their traveling plan, they have some choices. There are top 10 choices for them for 2014. Among them, there are 10 choices. Number 4, I will not say number 1, number 2, number 3, but number 4 is they want to spend their holidays, okay, holidays in an island, amongst number 4. Number 5, they want to join the big cruise ship for global traveling. Okay, that's number 4 and number 5. For the cruiser ship, number 1 choice is Caribbean Sea. Number 2, immediately after it is Mediterranean Sea. That means 43% these high net worth individuals, they want to take a cruise ship, okay, to travel among Mediterranean Sea, which I consider Aegean Sea is the most beautiful one. So something we can take advantage of. Second is I think is we have a natural advantage. We have the most beautiful islands, Santorini, Mykonos, Corfu, all those. We can recommend to high net worth Chinese families. Another thing I want to mention is like, it has become a trend for high net worth Chinese families to buy tourism-related properties overseas. Okay, the number 1 destination is Australia. Australia, yeah. Of course, immediately afterwards, United States, Canada. But you know what? It's like they choose tourism-related properties okay, what we say seafront resort. Out of China, they choose Australia, this kind of countries. So in China, they choose a place, an island, it's called Sanya. Okay, when I was giving seminars or promoting Greece as a destination for Chinese investors, I always compare Greece to Hainan, where Sanya is located. I told them Greece is the European Hainan. So they immediately they understand, oh, I see. It's because we have similar climate, okay, and geographically speaking, quite similar. But Hainan cannot be compared to Greece at all in terms of the amiable, climate, in terms of the infrastructure, in terms of education. So if Sanya, okay, so similar to Greece, in rich Chinese families, they can choose Sanya to do the investment, to buy the property there. Why can't we, promote Greek properties, especially seafront? They like seafront, sea resort. To them, that's something I consider we have big opportunities. Okay. So, all in all, they come to today's conclusion is like, since high net worth Chinese individuals, they are so interested in the, private yacht. Oh, I forgot, sorry, I'm sorry. I forgot the private yacht, okay. I give you another figure about the private yacht. Okay, private yacht and business jet is the number one, the number two choices for rich, Chinese as the new toys. Okay, I know that we Greece, we don't produce any, any yachts. Okay, the number one brand that they like is Ferretti yachts. Okay, but we can, yeah. But, okay, what we can do is like, we think we have the most beautiful sea. We have the best marines. And we can easily attract rich Chinese to buy Italian, yachts and to harbor here. Okay, since we have the long coastal line, we have the beautiful islands. So, for sure, I believe Greece as a destination for rich Chinese, we are so competitive. It is a matter how we can do it. Okay, legislate in terms of legislation, in terms of give them the enough incentives. Right now, the government has mapped out the residence program. Okay, so that any Chinese or third country citizens, they acquired a property over 250,000 euros, they are entitled to a 5-year residence permit. And we have seen a lot of transactions right now, and has attracted more and more Chinese investors. But I consider if you want to have bigger progress, okay, improve attract more Chinese tourists, high-end Chinese tourists, we have a lot of things to do. So I would rather stop here and give the floor to Mr. Nicolas, and I consider he has much more to say. By the way, Mr. Nicolas and I, we attended a Silk Road Forum in Xi'an 10 days ago. Okay, I was a little bit surprised. I was a little bit surprised that when I was informed why we are invited, because that Silk Road Forum or Chinese, they believe that Greece is the destination, final destination of Silk Road. It started from Xi'an, but ends in Greece. So see, now Chinese government is promoting the concept of Silk Road, inland Silk Road and the sea Silk Road. So when the premier is coming, okay, he's coming next week, and I think Greece will become even hotter in China as the tourism destination. Let's try to find out how we can grasp the opportunity and create more jobs for this country. Thank you.
I think since he mentioned, Mr. Xia mentioned the incentives and how Greece can help, the Greek Ministry of Tourism would be the appropriate venue to go to. We have Mr. Sarantopoulos from that side of the equation.
I would like to thank you for this
Let me
invitation.
find first find the chair for the translator.
No, no,
and
I would like to thank you for this invitation. I will give you the regards of General Secretary of Tourism, Mr. Anastasios Liaskos. He had a problem and he didn't come here with you. I just came to listen your opinions and the problems in the growth of tourism between China and Greece. And I would like to tell you that the growth of coastal and maritime tourism is a priority for the Minister of Tourism. In this direction, Mrs. Olga Kefalogianni, Minister of Tourism, recognized in a conference in March of 2014 with the other Ministers of Tourism of the European Union. So they talked about the problems that stop the growth of coastal and maritime tourism, and they planned a program how that program help the growth of coastal and maritime tourism, because they believe that this direction of tourism could help the Greek economy to grow up and to create more jobs for the Greeks. Thank you very much, Mr. Ellis.
Would you like to translate?
Because I don't have the order.
Okay, let me go then to Mr. Kourkounis, who is the Vice President of the Greece-China Association. He's also a professor, so we can call him Professor Kourkounis.
Thank you very much for declaring the invitation. First of all, I would like to express my very good feelings for and congratulations for the organizing committee, and especially the president of it. It's very important to discuss all these things. Already the first Vice President, Mrs. Vratiatou, addressed to you a very short paper in order to see what's going on with the association. I will not refer to this. Probably Ms. Vratiatou will say this. I would like to deposit some ideas about the tourism, and especially I'm in the field of medical tourism and thermalism. This is very important for me as a professor in dermatology. I believe in alternative medicine, and I think holistic medicine, the China traditional medicine, right? CTM. It's very important to work on this because we have so many plants here. Our flora is excellent, and since you believe in this therapy, phytotherapy or aromatherapy and so on, I think it's time right now to address again to the traditional medicine, since all the medical procedures have so many side effects, and this is a new concept. It's a good opportunity to, and a new field to work on this with China and so on. On the other part, we organize special thermalism centers where someone, since will be there, will have all the opportunity to enjoy and to have a wellness part. It's very important in thermal springs. You have in your country also thermal springs. You are inviting right now specialists from Italy, and we have also the invitations from our country to come to your country in order to discuss about the thermalism. And a new concept is the supporting fertilization. It's very important here in Greece that we are doing, because you have some specialties that are customized to people that want. You mentioned before about the honeymoon and so on. You are absolutely right. It's a low cost, of course, and so many. So the number is not so valuable. But I think it's worthwhile to work on this because we already create our brand. We have some peaks in order to provoke the tourists outside. That's why I believe to this, and of course some doctors say, all right, since they have a honeymoon here in Greece, then we can support their fertilization if they want, free. It's very important. Just write it down. Free supporting fertilization for the people that come here to have honeymoon. It's not a big business, but it's something that we have to start with. For example, you mentioned before, the President, Mr. Posidonia, about the maritime and so on. So, I'm very ambitious about this, and as Vice President of the Friendship of the China-Greece Association, of Greek-China Association last year, I think that we are in a good position to work some more seminars about this and to calculate these ideas. And since Mrs. Bleda has already decided to cooperate with us, and it's very important to have all of these, I would say, clustering about this, clustering not only in business but only in ideas, supporting each other.
Thank you very much. Since you mentioned fertilization, I just wanted to ask one of our Chinese guests what the policy these days is on children. Are we still on one-child policy, or have we moved? Do you know, are we?
You mean for the family planning?
Yes.
Yes, nowadays it's more flexible. It's open more.
Okay.
For one couple, you can have 2 children if the couple from the one-child family. You understand? The husband is the one child of the family, the wife is the one child of the family. So
okay.
these two married, they can have 2.
Okay, okay. So we have some more opening on the idea of fertilization. Otherwise, we were under some kind of constraint. So,
Yes,
but
something is quite important to share with you is that there are some special abnormalities in DNA in the child. So we have the way to help them to avoid to have boys with abnormalities. It's very important in the very early stage.
okay, so now I guess I'll move to Mr. Vernicos, the chairman of the International Chamber of Commerce in Greece.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you also the Hellenic Chinese Center for Entrepreneurship for organizing this today event. And thank you to Xia for all this useful information he gave to all of us, which are very important to understand what's going on in tourism. We just came back last week from China, and I'm going to tell you the number that impressed me more. Greece will receive this year near to 20 million tourists, and we are only 10. That means for each habitant, we are going to have 2 guests. You know how many tourists China received in 2013? 10 million. That means half of the number of Greece. In reality, in 2013, 19 million foreigners visited China, but only 10 million were tourists. The other 9 million were delegations and crew members of ships and aircrafts. So just to give you an idea that in order for China to come to the level of Greece, to the number of tourists, they have to receive 3 billion tourists. This is why the President of China decided to relaunch the Silk Road. The old Silk Road, the Marco Polo Road, started from Xi'an, correct?
Yes.
And ended to the Mediterranean. The countries from where the Silk Road passes to arrive to the Mediterranean have a total population of 3 billion. It's important. So you can imagine what will happen if this great Chinese idea is going to be implemented and bring together 3 billion people for developing tourism and commerce. Venice and Greece are the gates of the Mediterranean to the Far East, especially Piraeus. So it's a big opportunity for us to develop this road, not only by land, as it is the project, but also by sea, because China decided to invest $10 billion in order to create also the maritime Silk Road, to bring the people of Mediterranean nearer to the east. Mediterranean, for most of the people, is the center of the world. Mediterranean comes from the middle. That means we are in the middle and all the others are to the east and the west. So the east is going to come to Mediterranean, to the center of the world, with the Silk Road. There the opportunities are huge. And as you said, we have to try to increase the level of the tourists who are going to visit us, not only on cruise ships, but also to charter mega yachts,
Yes.
which is the most expensive. We have here the representative of Seapels Yachting, who is going to tell us if she has received inquiries from Chinese for renting yachts with cost 10, 20
No.
or 30,000.
No,
Not yet.
unfortunately not.
Okay.
And this is a goal, actually. It would be wonderful to have Chinese people of that level.
Actually,
As
I have friends. I met friends here. I mean, we only receive high-end tourists and entrepreneurs. They tend to complain that they do not have not got nice offers or a package as they have got in, for example, in Australia, in France. I think this is something we can improve in terms of
As
organization.
long as we
in
know
terms
their
of-
needs and their expectations, of course, but we have to know. For example, we know about Russians, we know about Arabs, what they like, what they expect, but Chinese is a new market.
That's why you are
And,
here.
At least as far as we are concerned, we are specialized to mega yachts. So all it takes is to get to know them better and to know what they expect and to show them the beauty of being on a mega yacht.
That's not a question for you yourself, but also for the whole industry.
Mhm.
I mean,
But
how
the
to meet the
complaint is
request.
service, price,
Yeah,
availability, what's...
how to meet a request. That's why we have such a seminar. How to meet the request of the high net worth. Because, for example, if you read that luxury traveler a white paper 2014, you may know more about how does rich Chinese family organize their trip, what they are willing to pay, what do they buy. For example, what's their shopping on their shopping list, what's the #1 brand, and how do they buy. Actually, they buy the real estate properties as a toy. Rather, so the mega yacht is just like they pay for dinner, but depends on how you approach them and what kind of
Yes.
service you can
Yes.
provide. That's why we have some experts here and we organize this conference. I'm sorry.
No, well, that's the point of the discussion, I mean, to exchange...
Exactly, and this is the importance of the Hellenic Chinese Center.
Yeah.
To educate Greek people how to develop our relationship with the Chinese, because on a cultural base and on personal contacts, I always noticed as a taxi driver of the seas, the connection of the Chinese with the Greeks. You have to remember that Greek ship owners are taxi driver of the seas, transporting anything for anyone, anywhere. So this gave us the possibility to understand and communicate with people of all races, religion, color, everything. So now it's the tourism industry that has to develop. I understand that SETE the Tourist Association has prepared and is preparing special advertising communication packages with China, but your role is very important. A question that people ask me, although I'm not an expert, is if I make a house for the Chinese market, should I have bathrooms and sanitary facilities the Western way or the Eastern way?
I thought for a moment you meant you have bathrooms, period. Between Western Western fine.
So this is a common question, but I have not heard up to now the answer.
So how should we have we agree we need bathrooms. That's the first step.
Actually, this question can be answered in a different way. Say, when those Chinese travel abroad, what kind of hotels do they like most? Because home, hotel, temporary home. So it's the same idea. So and then you can check the list. The most popular hotels in the world, I mean rich Chinese families or most of visitors would like to stay in.
Yes.
And honestly speaking, most of hotels in Athens are not up to the standard of Chinese visitors at all. Just 98%.
So what's the main complaint? The
What
complaint
are
is
the hotels around the world, or maybe, I mean, would it be
There is
a
a long
hotel
list. There
in
is top
France?
10.
And which one?
Most popular hotels. They are very particular about if, for example, Mr. Nicolas, we were in China. I mean, he can notice the lobby of Chinese hotel. How does it look like? It's like the airport. But
Yes.
you come here, for example, even the best, the most decent, the most beautiful lobby I've ever found is Hilton. But it cannot be compared to Chinese hotel. So there are a lot of gaps. But you have other, advantages. So
the lake open space.
If I may say,
Size matters.
speaking of hotels, if I may say, in China you have, as Michael says, very nice hotels with a lot of big space, nice restaurants and everything, at a far lower price than you can find in Greece. So this is a question, the ratio between what a hotel offers and what it is pricing. This is something we have to review.
So hotels of the style of Dubai, for example, which, I mean, 5+ stars, would be close to what they want. Isn't
Yeah,
it?
but 5+
Something like
I
this.
can give you
is
another-
another conception.
Just
than 5+
understand
in China.
Yes.
I mean, in China, 4-star hotel is well enough for 5+ at least.
Yes.
Depends on
Yes.
how you see the.
Actually, Dubai ranks number 3rd.
Excuse me,
It's number
may I
3.
talk a little things ago?
Sure.
I think I was from China, come here 25 years. Okay, I have a lot of friends that come. Also, we run the big yacht, but almost we use the yacht as private yacht. We don't need to pay money to run the $30, $50,000. We invite the people come. Usually we offer ourselves. Okay, that's the first. But forget this because we just the business meeting, business invitation. We have CSIC, the Bank of China, with the president come. We invite them. We never run any yacht. You forget this. I think you want to do this business, forget it. It's impossible. I think China private come, the actors, everything, by some people invited. Let me see, some days ago, they have a very famous singer come here. We offer them, not run the yacht. The business meeting, we have, if we have a business, we have business with them together meeting. That's the first step. So I think the most important here to make selling boat, the small boat, investment, the young people come, that's interesting. But you need advertising in China, let them know. Because they don't know this, you go there, say they have yacht 30,000 per day, you come enjoy. They don't want to hear this. They just, oh, wonderful, wonderful, but they want to come. Forget this. Another thing is the hotel, I think. I was talking as the school president. We have the same idea because doesn't matter the price. We want to come here, my friend come here, they want to enjoy Greek style.
Greek?
Greek style. Greek
style.
Is a 5-star hotel. 5-star hotel, you cannot compare China. China have a 6-star hotel, fully. How you make here 6-star hotel? Not the price. They come enjoy Greek, pure and others. That's most important. If we forgot this, we lost the point. I have many people in the Santorini. Now they are in the Santorini. They very enjoy it. They use very simple hotel, like a Greek style. They say, oh, Greek like this. They call me, oh, wonderful, I'm enjoying it. I have full the airlines everywhere, from CSIC, Bank of China, and the commercial bank, and all the groups they are from Posidonia. I have 30 groups, more than 30 groups. We are meeting last time, a few days ago in the InterChina Chamber. We have a meeting with the mission leasing company, the CEO come. So they told me the first, Mr. Lu can find me some pure Greek. I want to enjoy it. Even use the bed very hard. I like it. Even with a stone, I like it. I was 3 days. I enjoy what? Enjoy 5-star hotel. Forget this.
Okay, here I'm getting to, and that's very interesting because we open it up to discussion, and that's the main point. Instead of having speeches, we'll go to Mr. Syngros in a while, so he can express his thoughts. But I'm getting to conflicting, to be honest, ideas, which are both very interesting, but we have to find out where we move if we want to make it work out. The one is, let's have a hotel, a yacht, lifestyle, whatever, in the way that the Chinese would like, and the way the Chinese are used to, which is fine. It's a very fair argument. On the other hand, you're saying the exact opposite, which is again a very fine argument. Let's give them not what they have in China, but what Greece has to offer, which might be very different from the bathroom size, presence or size of bathroom, or the bed or the lobby. So which is it? I mean, is it the Dubai style, big, huge hotel? Is it the Greek kind of boutique, more Greek style hotel? What should we aim for? And that would be interesting for the Greek tourism, government to get some information.
If I might say something, the truth is in between. What actually Michael said is that you have a high-level Chinese target that you must meet their needs, not in the Dubai style, not in the Chinese or the United States style, in the Greek style. Meaning that you have to keep the Greek personality, but offer the best quality of this personality. It has to be a hotel, an apartment, a yachting, a cruise, whatever, in the Greek measure, with the Greek colors, with the Greek mentality, the Greek hospitality, but high-end quality, high-end service, and worth what they pay. This is something we have to organize in Greece.
So is it a big kind of Hilton type?
No,
Or is it
I
smaller?
think it's not
And
either.
that's also for the yachts.
It's not either white or black. Actually, what we are talking about is not in conflict with each other. It's
Okay.
like Greece is Greece. Greece is not Dubai. However you make it, you cannot become another Dubai. For example, you don't have the land to create a splendid hotel.
No,
But-
when I said, I'm sorry for the interruption, when I said Dubai, I meant what do they expect? Not that we
I
would
give you
ever
another
build
example.
a
This is
Dubai
something
here, but
we may go
a concept.
quite in-depth discussion, but Dubai ranks the third among the most popular destination or most wanted destination. Greece, we don't know where it is. We are talking about high-end. Okay, I'm not talking about the popular tourists. Even talking about the low-budget tourists, Greece, I mean Chinese coming to Greece, it's no more than 100,000 people. It's very low comparing to Paris, comparing to other destinations. What we try to discuss is like, look, as we say, we cannot become Dubai. We have to maintain the Greek style. Meanwhile, we have to know their standard, their expectation, and try to catch in between. That's my point.
Therefore, consider tourism like a product and sell it like you would sell a product. Make a market survey, find out what are the requirements and try to adapt your product to what are the requirements.
While keeping its Greekness.
You have to, otherwise you lose
You don't have a
you lose the
product.
attention.
May I add something in relation to what the President said?
May I just ask each one
Yes.
when you talk to just tell us
Of
who you
course.
are so we have a
Of
flavor.
course. My name is Elena Stamu. I'm the managing director of Nemos Business Consulting, also a member of the board of the Hellenic Chinese Center of Entrepreneurship. And I would like to combine the two gentlemen's approaches because it's a classic study like Starbucks. They sell coffee and you pay double or 3 times the price, but you still buy it. And why do you do that? Because you want to feel the experience. So Greece is an experience. It's not only the beaches, it's not only the hotels, it's not only, it is the food. So when this gentleman says Greek style, means the experience, and the experience has no price, or has a premium price. Has, what I say, yes.
Everything has a price, but I am.
Everything has a price, but what you can create is a product with a premium price, but you need also to follow all the marketing rules and what the market wants and what your target segment wishes to receive. So if we know that they want this experience, we can provide the best food, the best hospitality, and whatever resources and infrastructure we have, and then we can open the market.
I totally agree with you. It's like, I did not mention one point, it's like, if you want to attract Chinese high-end tourists, you have to know how they organize, how they make their traveling plan. Okay, who is the decision maker, or who are making decisions for them to choose you, choose Greece over France, or choose, how to say, Dubai over Athens. That's the key point. Who are organizing, who are helping them, or who are the decision makers for their trips. That's something, that's different topic.
You always forget one point. Sorry for interrupting.
Yeah.
So actually,
And
go
sorry for coming.
Chairman of the Enterprise Group.
You're always missing one point. Everybody spoke about prices, about products, about experience, about. You forget the deciding point. This is deciding point is the client.
No, we don't.
Is the client. One kind of client wants to come in Athens to go in a 5-star hotels with a big room such as in Dubai or in Macau or whatever.
Aris.
And he wants to go in Athens, shopping, maybe seeing also Acropolis, and that's fine. It's a different kind of client as the client who goes in Santorini and he wants to see the experience of Santorini. You have to ask why someone choose to go in Santorini and another choose to go in Athens. If you see your clients, this is marketing lesson, but it's also for free today, but you are much more experienced than I am in marketing. But you have to see what your clients want. They're not all the clients the same.
No, we didn't
If you
say
go
that.
in the clients that choose to go in Paris, they choose to go in Paris, why? Because they want to buy Louis Vuitton in 1/3 of the price that it cost in Beijing, full. Nothing more, nothing less. And after they give their budget for their
The photo
for-
in front of the Eiffel Tower.
okay, this is the premium. This is the premium. But the main target is to buy Louis Vuitton in 1/3 of the price that cost in Beijing. If they have also some budget left, they will buy also a Celine or whatever. It's a different kind of clients. Different kind of clients. Always the question that everybody has to answer is to which kind of clients I am offering, what quality, in what price.
So have you made such study for the Chinese market?
Not,
That's
you have
a good
to do that. Pay for that.
Sete is doing it.
No, I'm not
So
sure that
this
Center
is-
has done it. No, no.
because what we said is that we
I'm not
offer
sure that
what the market
anybody
segment
has
wants.
made this kind of
Yes.
market of survey. You know why? Because if I am aware, nobody has made any kind of survey what the Germans want, what the Dutch wants, what the French wants, what the Chinese wants, what the Japanese wants. And it's very, very important, one second, it is very, very important also to understand that the Chinese market, I'm sorry for that, but the Chinese market is a very big market and very different market. It's a totally different market in Beijing than the market in Shanghai. It's totally different markets. Sorry, if you have to make a survey, you don't have to make a survey in China. You have to make a survey either in Beijing or in Shanghai or in both of them. It's a very huge country. The most of you probably was already there. But I was, the first time that I visited China was 1978.
The age of
1978.
At the age of 2, he went there. That's right.
I was much older. And if you see how the Chinese market and the Chinese people are maturing during this period, you will understand that it's a huge market, a very different market from segment to segment, from city to city, and also from their needs are very different. It's wrong, in my opinion, if you make a survey for the Chinese market. You cannot make a survey for the Chinese market. It's the same as you think I will make a survey for the European market. What means European market?
He's very right. Very right. He knows Chinese. Example, last year, I come, all businessmen, friends, government, more than 2,000 people come here. Everybody different. Even the CEO of the CSIC, I put them grand result. He said, what is this? I don't want to like this. I want to, put the intercontinental. Said, I want to like a Greek style. Then you quickly call a grand result and send them there. He's very happy. Near the sea, is the Bangalore. This is not cheap, but it's a Greek style. They enjoy it. They said, I can swim in, wake up morning, I can swim in, evening I have the bar. They are very happy. So, also, I told you, China, so much people, we cannot, the eye, only see the high level. High level 1%, the group 30 people. You cannot face this. Also, Guangzhou people, he said, Beijing people, it's north, south. Different, really different. You cannot.
Okay, let me help Mr. Liu to develop this idea. So just now, all of the gentlemen and ladies here talk about price, quality, even Michael Xia mentioned about the hotel. Actually, my name is Aris Yang. Okay, I'm the director for Confucius Institute, and I have been here for more than 4 years. And during these 4 years, I have welcomed all kinds of groups of people, high-level officials, even national leader level, and to low-level people. So from all this experience, I got one thing, which is not mentioned until now, is the mentality of Chinese people. Please don't forget, China is not a pure market economy until today. Because of the, it is open for 30 years more. Even that, people has more money in the pocket. It doesn't mean that the mentality already catch up the, we see the Western, in mental, there are still some people who are not that well off in materials. So basically, in the majority of people's mind, they are still chasing those materially developed places, destinations. Just now, Michael mentioned Australia. Australia, imagine one Chinese people, if you ask him to spend 20,000 yuan, let's say 2,000 euros for a trip, if you offer them Australia and Greece, which country you want to go? The majority would say Australia. Why? Why? Because it's like the Greek wine. Greek wine. I'm here for 4 years, so I know the quality, everything the best. And my friends who went to Vienna, he came back, the couple came back, just because they miss the Greek wine here, because they are here for 8 years and they went to Vienna for 4 years. So after that, they feel that still Greek wine is the best. But how many people like this style to understand the pure beauty of Greek wine? Very few. The same as the tourism, Santorini beauty, the Greek style beauty, the culture beauty. How many people in China who can really calm down their heart to see what is the best beauty in the world? Not many. So we talk about very, very few people who can understand the Greek wine, who can understand the Greek Santorini beauty, the culture beauty, the history beauty. Not many people. In general, Chinese people are not well educated for tourist products.
So how do you ensure the Chinese market if, you know,
okay,
save the people who come here,
yes,
like you, that's
yes,
one part.
Yes.
But the people who are there, how
So
does Greece enter into the psyche of the Chinese?
Yes.
That's the
Why?
point.
Let
How
me-
we work for that.
Let me finish. So why people choose Australia? Because Australia, together with the United States, Britain, Dubai even, all these countries, they are carrying some country image. Because in the majority of Chinese people, they feel that if I come back from Australia, that means I come from a rich country. So this, Mr. You mentioned about clients. Actually, like our, late leader Deng Xiaoping said, whatever, white cat, black cat, whoever can catch the mouse. So we don't have to care about how big the hotel is, whether it is a Santorini or Mykonos. Whoever can catch the clients. So how to reach the clients? Chinese people. Many people like to follow others' choice. This is a kind of mentality. It's not because I said to Mr. Liu, come to Greece, Santorini, beautiful. He wouldn't do that. But he would sit down and check. Oh, my neighbor goes to Santorini. Oh, my boss goes to Santorini. Everybody's going to Santorini. Okay, maybe he knows nothing about Santorini. He said, I'm going to go, I pay, and he would rush. He would come to wait in lines for this.
The most of
So how to reach this? I would suggest for people, I'm the only person who is not making money from this industry. I'm really in a very objective perspective.
The only thing we have is culture, so we are the other big culture. Isn't that a comparative advantage that Greece could?
This, of course.
We have to promote this.
Yes.
The other big culture for the Chinese.
Now we need to
them.
talk about promotion. Greek, like it has the wine, the beauty is here. But unfortunately, until now, I think we haven't got the right approach. How to reach those people. Now I would suggest with our Prime Minister's coming, okay, Mr. Ioannis, your job, okay. You please talk to the Minister of Tourism. Do you really want to promote the Chinese and tourists to come to Greece to enjoy the real beauty here? Okay, set up a fund. Please, China, CDB or whatever, financial institution, to set up a fund for tourist promotion between China and Greece. Both way, mutual way. This fund is not for shipbuilding. Shipbuilding, no use, right? No use for the economy of Greece.
2 years one time.
So we set up a fund. This fund for what? For promotion activities. Until now, I don't think any company can afford this kind of promotion. What kind of promotion? For example, China. You need to reach the rich club in China. With this, if you pay me a fund, I'm going to China, I'm going to Shanghai, I'm going to Shenzhen, Guangzhou, Beijing. I'm going to go to the rich club. The rich club, many. So to discuss with them about Greek wine, to discuss with them about Greek history, culture, how it is the origin of Western civilization, and to talk about the beauty of the seaside, of the beach, of the yacht. So if I'm paid to do this, I'm going to travel all these rich clubs to talk to the rich people. And then the rich people come to Greece group by group. And the middle level rich, the lower rich, they would follow. Oh, now United States is not the first choice. all the people, rich people, they go to, so rich, public image, high level, luxury, these things, you have to connect these things to the rich. These are the pioneers group. And the high ends, low ends, middle ends group of customers will come here. So I think this is the thing. If you just talk about honeymoon, talk about the price of hotel, I think great people, they are already trying very hard to be nice, you know, but how? Because you are still out of the door of the rich class. So let the people lead the other people to come here. This is my experience.
I think Ms. Luo wanted to say something.
I want to say later. Okay.
No.
Please finish.
So I think a fund, activities, and the channel to channel the interesting people to come here. And then the majority of the common people around would follow and say, why you go to the States? It's really stupid. Let's go to Santorini. So create this kind of demand and mentality. So I think the public image is the right approach. In that time, even a small hotel doesn't matter.
Yes. For one word, is in China, not for rich, middle, lower people, even the lower people come. They learn China philosophy with Greek philosophy. They enjoy these things. They come back, and maybe the boss says, "Oh, I will go." This you cannot only catch the rich people. It's a joke. China so much people. How many rich people? So for me, I said, it's Chinese people, nothing else. Everybody come is advertising back. That's very important. That's the software, the service must be correct.
Speaking of culture,
you can handle the service. That's the best. Use Greek service, not the international 5-star service. No, Greek best service.
But Greek service can also be a 5-star service.
That's very good.
You need to work on it, but you don't have to be at the taverna that's low style. You can be in a taverna that's high-level style. So it's very Greek, but still 5-star.
Yes.
This is very important. Why? Because even they down the airplane from the taxi, if the people they know they can prove the country develop. This is the 5-star for everywhere. They come back with talk, Greek the 5-star service. So then we develop ourselves. This is very important. Special the mind, how we develop. I don't know. I have 25 years. At the beginning I use taxi. Now I don't use. I use my company car.
Actually, stars or not, that doesn't matter. Because for the Chinese
it's
people,
not really important.
if they want to show their wealth, they will come to Dubai to stay in the 7-star hotel.
This is what we want to achieve here.
Yeah.
People come and show their wealth.
Actually, this is not the point. Dubai has tried over half a century to develop Dubai in the image of the rich club. So you can find sports, you can find wealth, you can find everything on the world map. You can find Dubai. How you can find Athens in terms of sports? No Athens. Only Olympic Games, right? But for other, international sports issues, no Athens. So for Chinese people, personally, I think, rich people, if they want to show their wealth, they will choose Dubai. Rich people, if they want to prove that I'm really rich, they can go to Las Vegas for casinos.
Not why.
Or Macau.
Not why Greek Riviera.
Do they choose Monte Carlo?
Okay.
Yes, of course.
So this is a place you show your wealth.
Yes,
as well.
yes.
And it's
We
the
talk
But
about
what you cannot understand, sorry for that, I'm sometimes...
I'm trying to understand the mentality of the Chinese...
No, I'm not polite.
mentality.
Really, I'm not polite. But don't forget something that's very, very different. Monte Carlo or Monaco or whatever has reached the status it has today after 30, 40 years hard work. It's, if you will try to convince the Chinese people to come in Athens as saying that Athens will be the Monaco or the Greek Riviera
we don't
will
do
be
that.
the Monaco of the next
At least-
century is a lost game.
No,
It's a lost game.
We don't do that neither with the Russians nor with the Arabs. And my area is the highest. There is nothing higher. You know, they pay thousands of euros, hundreds thousands of euros just for 1 week or 2 weeks. So you don't tell the Russian that you will find Monaco here, but they're crazy about it. You don't tell the Arab that you will find Monaco or Cannes here, but they're crazy about Greece. And they come to the most expensive yachts in the world just to cruise the most beautiful lace in the world.
Yeah,
This is how I call Greece.
Yeah, but the Arabs and the Russians, they are not Chinese.
Yes.
This is
They
what
have
I'm
different
trying to
kind
say
of-
to
Sorry,
understand.
interrupt you.
They have a different way of thinking.
Exactly.
As Chinese,
And
I give
this
you
is-
one example. Okay, I give you two examples
Let's go.
to tell you who is Chinese. Okay, last week, okay, during the past 3 weeks, okay, I received a high-end delegation. Okay, team, their daily expense here is 1,300 euro per day. Okay, they are how to say all CEOs of listed companies, Chinese. They come here, they like it. Another deal I broke as the broker is 2.1 million hotel in Santorini. Okay, rich Chinese. They say I buy a toy for my daughter. She got it. Okay, that's the chance. The latest point is like we are not selling Greece as Monte Carlo or Dubai. We are selling typical Greek way, but we have to know who is the real Chinese. What's their mentality?
No, I
This is
don't
something
think,
I
I don't think the
agree
point
with
is
you.
that who is the
This
Chinese.
meeting
The
for
point
rich
is who
people
we
or
are.
Let's listen to the lady because she hasn't spoken at all.
Εγώ διαχειρίζω ένα τουριστικό γραφείο και φέρνω Κινέζους πελάτες.
Excuse me.
Ναι.
We don't understand you in Greek. So.
Okay. So I have a tourist company here in Greece, and I bring everyday Chinese tourists here in Greece. So I think I know it from the first hand of all the things. This is not the point who are the Chinese. The point for us is who we are, and and what can we present our packages to the Chinese people. We cannot be as Las Vegas. We cannot be Dubai. We are Greece.
We don't want to be like
No,
that.
we
It's okay.
and if you want,
okay.
you cannot. We cannot. We are not. So I think for us, the problem is, first of all, how to say, the βασική οικοδομή. For an example, every day I have requests from China to Santorini and Mykonos. Until now, I cannot find even one room for them for August and July. Even one room, okay? I have plenty of groups.
That's on the capacity of
Every
the country.
group 20, 26, 30 people. But I cannot find one room from now to August.
So the place is on Santorini.
Όχι, θέλω να Σαντορίνη. Πρώτα απ' όλα, αυτή, this is market. They want and
The capacity of
That's the problem. It's a very beginning.
Yes,
You have
this is
problems. You
Santorini.
promote Santorini. Now you have to do something
So
else.
I think how can we show them who we are, that we can do forums in China and tell them who we are. We know very well who is the Chinese, because I am Chinese and I live in Greece for 24 years. And I know very well what they want. And I know very well what we can provide. But I don't have any opportunity to go to China to show them, to show the right people who we are.
Actually, sorry.
And excuse me, and another point is the guide here in Greece. Even the Chinese people, they come here, they want to speak Chinese. They want to eat Chinese. This is a problem, I know, but this is the truth. So, do we have right guide to them? The right guide who can speak Chinese and who can show what is Greece is? I think the story is very important.
Tony mentioned is the common, basically the mass products of the tourist products from Greece. imagine if 2 million, 3 million common, ordinary Chinese people to come here just for a pure Santorini tour. Of course, the infrastructure, the hotel accommodation could be a problem. Imagine, just like our Prime Minister said before, if half of Chinese people started to consume olive oil, the whole products of Greece cannot satisfy the demand. Yeah. So now I think today's topic is talking about the maritime tourism. Maritime tourism, yacht tourism, actually this is more related to the rich level. People who can afford not only a hotel in Santorini, you know, spend 100 euros. We're talking about maritime marine tourism. So therefore, I mentioned just now, we go to the rich clubs of China to talk to them, say, okay, come, I'm from Qingdao, you know, Qingdao beer. So actually China enjoys 18,000 kilometers coastline. Chinese people in the history, like Shanghai, Qingdao, these cities are famous for the coastal city scenery. One reason also because they are a little bit European style. You know, my hometown Qingdao is a little bit German style, you know, the construction. So therefore, Chinese people, especially the inland people, to go to the seaside is their wish. They feel already they are upgraded, you know, if this trip. So now, if we tell the Chinese people how rich Greek coastline, you know, tourism is interesting to the Chinese people, I'm sure this is a selling point. But the thing is, go through the coastline, we need yacht, we need this cruise. So how many people can afford this? So this will attract different groups of tourists, different from those go to Mykonos and Santorini or Acropolis. These have to attract some famous singers, some famous, you know, rich people. This I meant to go to the rich clubs. These people will rush here, and then ordinary people, if they have their savings, they will say, okay, why I just go to Santorini? It's just for, you know, it's like ordinary mass products. Let's go to a cruise, go to charter a private yacht. So I think this is, you know, we should focus on how to do, not what to do or whether we should do.
Mr. Vernicos.
So, from what I heard in the last few minutes, the main concern is how we are going to attract rich and high net worth individuals.
Yes, yes.
As a taxi driver of the seas, who has traveled all over the planet, I'm going to tell you what is Athens missing in Greece and what we have to make in order to attract these tourists.
Bravo.
And then I'm going to ask Mr. Syngros and Mr. Sarantopoulos to explain to me why Athens is the only capital of the world, the only touristic destination with not real high-end hotel chains. I just wrote Four Seasons, Mandarin Hotel, Ritz-Carlton, Shangri-La, Peninsula. There is no other city in the world with no presence of such hotels. Next to us, Constantinople is the only city with 2 Four Seasons hotels. These hotels are destination hotels. If Greece do not manage to attract all these global chains, which makes the marketing and they are hotel destinations, you go to a time. My family, my children follow up where if a new Four Seasons is opening and say, let's make next vacation there. We don't care about Costa Rica. We want to go to Costa Rica because Four Seasons is there. And we are going to go and then we are going to meet Costa Rica. So Greece is the only exception of an international hotel is the Amanzoe, not in Athens, in Porto Heli. Have you ever heard, who has heard about the Amanzoe? Please raise your hand. Have you ever heard? No, you see, the hotel is a boutique hotel, 38 rooms, you cannot find a place, although the room costs 1,000 euro per day. But there are people who go to an Amman resort. They did not go to Argolida because of the theater of Epidavros or Mycenae, which is the greatest archaeological place of the world. They go for the Amman in order to see the theaters of Epidavros and Mycenae and Crete. So my question to Mr. Sarantopoulos and to Aris is, why no international five-star hotels are in Athens and in Greece in general?
In my opinion, the most important reason were the problems we had after the start of the economic crisis. You will remember what happened in Syntagma Square with a fighting each day between anarchy and policemen to destroy.
Yeah, but that was 2010.
No,
it's a fair point, but it's
very important. I will remember that the King George Hotel.
Yeah, but 5 years before that?
Yes, stopped.
The last 20, 30 years.
20 years.
There is no.
But
it's
if
now
we
for
build a new
2010.
hotel in Syntagma Square, this hotel would be in another area of Greece.
He asked me about Athens.
Yeah, but in Athens, Athens there is no. What is the best international chain in Athens?
I will answer your question. If you answer my question, why Greece why Greece, the country who is 17th in the world as destination, as world destination, has only 5% of its rooms in 5- and 4-star hotels, and the international average is 28%. If you answer me this question, I will answer your question why Athens has no such many chains. I can tell you why not. For two reasons. The one reason is because the state has a very I will say
politely.
How can I say politely? I cannot say that.
I know you're not polite, but try to on that.
because the state hasn't give the opportunity for easy investment. This is the one reason. But I have also to say that a lot of money has been spent for the in the Greek industry tourists, for entrepreneurs, who's the first thing that they had in their minds is to make their personal wealthy and not their business wealth. This is the second, because every coin has two sides. The one side is the lazy way that the Greek state over the last 40 years was operating. The other side of the coin is the way that the Greek entrepreneurs has worked over the last 40 years. And that's why I'm saying that this discussion it's not an easy discussion. It's not an easy discussion, because even if as we had the King George Hotel in the center of Athens, the King George Hotel in the center of Athens was closed over 25 years, and it was closed over 25 years not during the recession. It was closed 25 years
booming years
during the booming years. Sorry.
Yes. So it is a lack.
Sorry.
It is a lack
of
entrepreneurship.
And I hope that tomorrow I will be not in the news.
No. It's the lack of entrepreneurship from the part of the Greeks and also from the part of the Greek state. My personal opinion is there's a third reason for me, that the Greek hotel owners tried to keep the market close to themselves and not to open it to international chains. Do you think this is...
Nico, this is correct what you said, but it's what I'm trying to say, what I tried to say before, was that we have a market, a tourist market in Greece, who was underdeveloped. It was underdeveloped market. We have tried very hard over the last 40 years to have a tourist industry without to have a tourist mentality. The most of the people, I'm a little bit older than the most of the people that are here. I can remember the years in which the tourist period in roads, in island roads, began on February and ended in November. They have just closed 2 months, December and January, for the renovations. And I can remember that.
Yeah.
And today, we have the 46% of the arrivals in 3 months. In the yearly arrivals in Greece, we have in 3 months the 46% in June, July, and August.
Something we're doing wrong.
That means that we're doing something wrong, and we're doing something wrong altogether. The states, the both of us. I don't take myself out of this. The entrepreneurs, they do also something wrong. But you know what happened? I don't like to make this discussion in front of our friends, but you know what happened? The people that they had their small hotels in Santorini or in Mykonos or in Rhodes or in Spetses or whatever, they wanted to make 3 months, to work 3 months, and to make money to live for 9 months.
Yes.
Europe. I'm wrong. Am I wrong? Sorry.
Everything started,
nobody can handle it.
everything started in the early 80s.
Hopefully this is changing.
That's
Hopefully
why
it
I'm
will
saying
be
that,
the
and
greatest
the
nation.
difficulty, and sorry, I will not take your time, but the difficulty in that time is that we try now to develop new markets, as the Chinese market and other markets, in an undeveloped Greek market, in underdeveloped Greek market, in a recession's time. This is difficult. It's not easy. I don't say that we cannot do that, but I say that it's not easy.
At least is there a strategy to go there? Because what we are saying that something was wrong in the
Look,
past is a fact. But we
I'm
should
not-
focus on what
Look,
is
I
possible for
can
the
tell
future.
you, I'm not a tourist specialist. Really, I do other things in my life. And what I'm doing in Enterprise Greece is not to promote tourism, is to promote investments. But look,
they are
look,
no hand to hand.
I will answer you. At least I will tell you my opinion. Yes, we can do that. But but we have to understand. We have to understand that this is a process. The biggest mistake that we do here in this country is that we forget the process. The process is very important. To go from the point A to the point Z is a process. And this process costs money and time and human resources. The entrepreneurs has to invest in this process. You will never go out of the problem. You
Once
will
they have
never,
a benefit from it.
you will never come out of the problem unless you do 2 things in your life, in our life. I include also myself. To identify the problem, and then to work in the process to solve the problem. But first of all, you have to identify the problem. If we discuss and we say why there are 20 million Chinese tourists per year, yeah, I'm correct?
Yes,
20 million Chinese tourists in the year. From these 20 million Chinese tourists in the year, you know how many come in Europe? How many come in Europe?
500,000.
3 million, 2.8 millions. They come in Europe. That means little bit more than 10%. The 90% of the Chinese tourists, they go around their area, to the neighbor countries, to Australia, for various reasons. Some of the reasons are already told. That means We have to, and if you see this 2.8 million that they come in Europe, you know how many days is the average that these people spend in Europe?
A week. A week.
Less than a week, 6 days.
3 days.
6 days. The average is 6 days. You know how many days is the average that they spend in one city?
1 day.
1.5 days. That means that they come in Europe and they want in 6 days to visit at least four cities. This is a different market, a total different market as the market that you are used to work. It's total different market than the market that you used to work. I don't disagree that there's niche markets as the very expensive yachting, as a very expensive room, but there's niche markets. If we speak in this room about niche markets, it's a different approach. Because if you ask me if I have a very luxurious yacht and I rent this yacht, I will find during the summer then people to give them for 3 days and to make $500,000. Maybe. Maybe I will find, maybe I will not find. But this is not the question. The question is how you serve a market, how you develop your market, how you develop the destination. Because Nikos has right. All these chains, they are not here. You know where was the last time that the Four Seasons came in Athens to discuss the opportunity to find a hotel to manage? Before the Olympic Games, 2003. Since 2003, the last 11 years, the Four Seasons developed market director has never visited Athens. Why? Because he knows that this market is underdeveloped. It's very complex. This discussion is very complex, and I don't like to go into technical details because I told you I'm not specialist on that issue.
He talked very, very true.
Okay, we're not going to solve it in this panel. The discussion was very lively, very interesting, very informative. A lot of thoughts are in our minds. Different points were made. I don't know if we have conclusions. I mean, it's difficult to have conclusions from all this information until now. Let's wait for the next panel, and then hopefully when Eleni takes over, we might have some conclusions at that point. Thank you very much. We'll have a break now.
Μου δίνετε 2 λεπτά να το
Ένα λεπτό.
Ένα λεπτάκι.
Ήταν τόσο σιωπηλός.
Μπορείτε να μεταφράσετε. Εγώ λέγομαι Ρίγος Αντώνης, είμαι σύμβουλος πληροφορικής και ευρωπαϊκών προγραμμάτων των ΟΤΑΚΙ του Δημοσίου. Ρίγος. Σύμβουλος πληροφορικής και ευρωπαϊκών προγραμμάτων του Δημοσίου.
我是希腊的公共的信息的专员顾问。
Θα συμφωνήσω με τον κύριο Syngros πάρα πολύ σε αυτό που άκουσα σήμερα και θα σας πάω σε μια άλλη διάσταση πολύ γρήγορα. Πιστεύω ότι αν ρωτήσουμε τους παρευρισκόμενους για την πελατειακή τους βάση, ίσως να μην μπορούν να την χρησιμοποιήσουν με εκμετάλλευση εισαγωγικά.
或许在关于呢刚刚提到的这个基础建设方面呢，可能呢我们呢做的不是非常的完善。
Το κενό που υπάρχει σήμερα λοιπόν είναι η συστηματική μέτρηση, ανάλυση, καταγραφή και παρακολούθηση του γενικού επίπεδου ικανοποίησης του πελάτη. Το είπε ο κύριος Syngros προηγουμένως. Είχαμε τα προηγούμενα χρόνια το RFID που παρακολουθούσαμε. Σήμερα υπάρχει ένα τελείως καινούργιο πράγμα στην Ευρώπη, το QR. Θέλουμε να καταγράψουμε τις συνήθειες ενός λαού
我们想要就是
και αναπεριοχή.
给一个特定的地区的民族人民，还有特定的这个特定地区的人民下一个结论。
ώστε από εκεί να αρχίσει η ανάπτυξη για μας.
从那个地点呢，我们开始我们的这个发展。
Υπάρχει σήμερα ένα εντελώς καινούριο πράγμα στην πληροφορική.
今天呢，在我们的资讯方面呢，确实有一个新的发展趋势。
που λέγεται quick response.
叫做很快的反应，快立刻。
Και με αυτό μπορούμε να κάνουμε συστηματική μέτρηση.
这个立刻反应呢，这个系统呢，我们
ανάλυση,
能够很快
καταγραφή
的、很有效率的做一些分析。
και παρακολούθηση του γενικού επίπεδου ικανοποίησης του πελάτη.
而且我们呢还可以追溯到这个客人呢他们的满意度。
Άρα καταγράφουμε και ηλικία
所
και
以到时
φύλο
候我们也可以看追溯到客人的年龄、性别，
και συνήθειες και
还有他
αυτό
们的习惯。
βγάζει απίθανα συμπεράσματα.
而且这些信息呢，可以有一个非常好的有效
Δημιουργούμε
的
πολύ εύκολα
数据。
μέσω του πελάτη, πολύ εύκολα με το κινητό του τηλέφωνο, φωτογραφίζοντας ένα
比如说
πλαίσιο.
从游客的那个手机上，他一些照片呢，
Αυτή τη βάση
有一些
δεδομένων.
信息，我们呢都可以取到，然后做一些分析。
Αυτό λέγεται feedback management system
我们叫它 feedback management
και σήμερα υπάρχει στο επίκεντρο της αγοράς.
今天呢，在市场上
Άρα
已经有
μπορούμε καταγράφοντας τις συνήθειες του πελάτη
所以我们到时候呢，可以从这个
να έχουμε ολοκληρωμένη
追溯到客
εικόνα
人的那个旅游的
των
习惯。
συνηθιών του λαού.
而且就从这个系统呢，我们可以
Άρα εμείς κατατάσσουμε τον πελάτη σε τι και σε
每个
ποιον.
不同民族他们的习性、
Αυτά
旅
είναι.
游的习惯、旅游的爱好。
Ευχαριστώ πολύ.
To help us solve
Ευχαριστώ
this.
πολύ.
Thank you.
Ευχαριστώ πολύ.